Hello guys, welcome back to FC RAMSAY and the Premier League match of this week that is at the Emirates. It's Arsenal against Liverpool. So who is going to win this? Let me just check the lineups. Here it is. And as well we are up for those Inter and Juventus, the derby clash in the Serie A as well. Manchester United losing to West Ham, that is the biggest shock and that was much expected, but here we are on this the Emirates where Arsenal are going to take on Liverpool, and you will never walk alone fans. The Anfield agenda as well as the Reds, they are definitely going to be too big. So here it is, the match center for you guys. The lineup is perfectly okay. Yes, it is. Yes, we are also on that Inter and Juventus, but we will talk about it a bit later. The starting lineups where Mo Salah, Nunes and Diaz has been preferred by Arne Slot, and Arne Slot is really doing too good with this team, having won 11 out of those 12 matches in the Premier League, and he is just one game beaten. Only Guardiola is the unbeaten manager in the Premier League so far. But what happened with West Ham? Just look at it. Losing by West Ham, Lopetegui must have got that confidence with this game. He really needs to build up with this. Though Casemiro was the prime player of this game, but then also let's focus on this Arsenal and Juventus. Yes, Bayern also has got a big win against Bochum, but that was a game where Bochum is down the relegations, where they have managed just to get a single point. This was it. Bayern and Bochum, Musiala being the best player out of it. We will have a compiled video of all the matches on the Monday mornings, but now for we are on just with Arsenal facing Liverpool. The stream quality is, yes, it's running good. Let's pop out this chat from here. Yes, now things are looking quite good over here. How many goals today Mo Salah is going to score? This is that acid test for Arne Slot, and they are facing Arsenal. Definitely in this game, the table over here is that Liverpool is at 22 points, whereas Arsenal is in 18 points. If Arteta gets a win over here, then it's going to be there 21 points in the table, whereas City are at the top with one game they have played more than Arsenal and us and Liverpool. So what the table over here stands is that, just have a look at this table guys. City, they are unbeaten. They have got 0 points, a goal difference of 11, whereas Liverpool has a goal difference of 12. They are 1 point behind City because they haven't played that extra game. If Liverpool gets a draw out of here, they will be on 22 behind City. So definitely Arne Slot needs to pick up these points from here. If we talk about the 1-1 where Arsenal and Liverpool have met, there has been 8 wins for Arsenal, and those 8 wins especially where Arteta was there, and 14 for Liverpool. With that legacy they have, it was Liverpool who won against Arsenal in the friendlies. This is their first meeting of the Premier League, and in the previous, that was a header. No, that is, the ball is off. So yes, Arsenal had that win over Liverpool on the previous season, but in the FA, Liverpool got that win. That was a draw again back in the Premier League, draw, and Arsenal winning it. So yes, definitely Slot has to prove in this game, much to do about it. Whereas the performance of Liverpool, just look at the stats of the performance. I mean, Luis Diaz must be on the top. Yes, he is. Diaz is the highest scorer with 5. Mo Salah is also 5. But the goals and assist combination, where Salah has got 5 assists as well. But yes, Diogo Jota, he has scored 2 goals and he has 2 assists. But in this season, he is not looking best of his form, what was expected. Unlike the previous season, he was having those injuries which really haunted him to play many matches. So Mohamed Salah is still on the top list for those goals and assists, but the definite rating of the defense, just look at the interceptions. Van Dijk and Tesemikas are above Gravenberg, and this player Gravenberg, he is really doing. Just have a look at this stat, guys. The interceptions, Cody Gakpo with the headers, Arnold, McAllister, but where is Ibrahima Konate? I mean, this stat must be a little bit worrying for Arne Slot for this match. But yes, about the clearances of the matches, yes, Ibrahim Konate is there, but he is in no match for Van Dijk. Van Dijk is having those most clearances for Liverpool. And yes, Alisson Becker is doing those great jobs for Liverpool as well. That is Bukayo Saka moment. Can he score? Bukayo Saka from Arsenal has scored. That is what is his left footer shot. Just look at it how he scores. I mean, that was really something which Arteta was needed. Arteta is under so many injuries this season, and he has just dug it. The whole of the Emirates are roaring. That is the first chance, and Bukayo Saka has really done that so great. That was his control from the right foot. He just dribbled past into the box. That was Robertson into the defense. The speed of Saka, he just overtakes it. Just look at it, how Robertson got that edge, and he was just slipping in the box in front of the post. I mean, Gallagher just couldn't get a hand to it. That was all about it which happened. Had Gallagher got a single hand to it, it would have been too good. Bukayo Saka has scored. Saka has scored what was needed for Arsenal. He has done in this game. So that is an early goal from Arteta, and they will be just down to their defensive aspects because they have this practice in this Premier League down to 10 men for many matches. Arteta has been doing this job too good. So not of many attacks from Arsenal will be expected. They will be going on for those defensive aspects, but it is quite early to predict because it's just 10 minutes into the game and 9 minutes Saka has scored. So yes, the stats of Arsenal despite this early goal over here, I mean their most goal scoring machine has been the unorthodox Kai Havertz, the number 29 who plays for the centre forwards, deep lying positions at Arsenal. Saka is with 2 goals. This will add to his third goal, and he must have crossed his 50 goals in the Premier League. Just look at that. That cross, a lofted through goal that was. It was from Ben White, I guess. Who got that through goal to him? Yes, that was Ben White. Absolutely. I am on to there. So it was Ben White who gave that lofted cross. Damn. How can you just imagine so early in this goal Arteta getting a lead? It was supposed to be Liverpool getting those edgy moments. So yes, talking about the squad of Arsenal, just have a stats over here where Kai Havertz has scored 4 goals, Saka with two, and Gabriel is with 2 goals, as well as Trossard, Calafiori with one, and Tim Party. So 16 goals this season. Out of the 9 matches, they have managed to win 6 games with 16 goals. So per game, they are scoring more than 1 goal. That is around about 1.7 goals per matches, and they have conceded 8 goals. So yes, per game they have conceded once. That is what the stats are looking over here, and they have a goal difference of 8. They had a loss against Bournemouth in the previous game, a win against Southampton, against Leicester they had a win. Manchester City they were down to 10 men, and yes, they had a draw. That was the same aspect against Bournemouth where they were down to 10 men, and against Tottenham they had won with 1 goal. The previous 5 matches which we are talking about over here. But yes, talking about Liverpool, they had a win over Chelsea. In the previous Crystal Palace, they had a win against Wanderers. They had a win, and it was Bournemouth. They had a win, but that's the first loss for Arne Slot this season was against Nottingham Forest. This is an acid test which Arne Slot has to prove if he is going to be at the top of the table. Otherwise, the long chase and the long runs definitely that will be close to the 95s, 99s, or maybe 100 this season, as Guardiola is on the verge of his last year contract at Manchester City. So, how is Arsenal going to survive the attacks of Liverpool in the next 80 minutes of gameplay? That will be critical to watch. And just talking about the squad, the injuries, Slot has got Gomez for the defense, Quanshaw, Tasimekas has been dropped for this match, and Robertson has been called up for the first lineup. Slab, Martin, Indo is there. Indo was doing good. He was having those character build-ups under clock, but much of him has not been seen under Arne Slot. Whereas Cody Gakpo, the wing forwards, he will also come into play. But yes, Alison Baker is under injury, Bradley Elliott, Diogo Jota, as well as the major signing of Federico Chiesa this season, who has played just a single game. Chiesa playing just once, he made a single appearance, and most of the times, 2 or 3 matches, he was on the bench. So he is having that injury, and Slot has confirmed that he will get those names in the build up too good. But yes, can Kelleher save Arsenal? Can save Liverpool this time against Arsenal? But yes, talking about Arsenal, they are also having a good list of injuries. But Zinchenko, amid the transfer rumors, he is still at Arsenal. Navaneri is the midfielder who was doing good in some of the matches. He can be seen doing much good performances. Jorginho, the defensive, just look at it how Van Dijk gave that cross. It was Diaz who was chasing it, but that was a well tackle. So yes, Gabriel Jesus and Jorginho being the experienced man, but yes, much of Jorginho won't be seen in this game unless and until Arsenal gets a huge goal boost of 2 or 3 in this game. And it's that new Raheem Sterling in the squad. So Raheem Sterling from Arsenal as well as Chiesa, these two are the new. That is the goal. Liverpool has scored. Definite guys, Virgil van Dijk has scored. It was needed. Come on guys. You have that tenacity to do it. Van Dijk has scored it. Arnold with that cross. That was a touch from Diaz also, I guess. Diaz gets a header touch. It was Van Dijk who was in the back. He is physically that strong. He was ahead of Thomas Partey. But who was Thomas Partey man marking? Just Thomas Partey was a bit relaxed inside the box. And it was Van Dijk who made that appearance and he has scored. Come on, guys. Make the red Anfield be proud of you. So that is an equalizer from Liverpool in just 18 minutes. It was the 9th minute where Arteta got that lead from Bukayo Saka. His running capabilities, his speedings and the incisive runs he did. But at the verge of 19 minutes, in just 18 minutes to be precise, it was Van Dijk who just overtook and Thomas Partey was there. He was just blocking it. Partey playing at the right backs, whereas Rice is also there, but Rice is the player who is going to be much forward. And yes, in this game, Arteta has chosen Mikel Merino as well as on the midfields. So much of this team will be seen with the combination of Martinelli and Trossard moving forwards. Havertz being there and Saka is also there. So Arteta will be going for those attacks because the likes of Merino, Martinelli, they will be staying with those 5 backs. If Rice is moving up, one of the either Havertz or Trossard will move down. So what are they going to do for the rest of the matches? We are definitely going to have a good watch over here. And yes guys, those of you who want to join our Discord, the link is there. The social media links of Facebook as well as that of Instagram is given in the video description as well as in the channel description. Do hit us a like, do give share and do subscribe us and press the notifications bell. That's all about it. My god, I'm talking too fast and I'm having a drop down on my jaw. What a game the previous night we had in the El Clasico. The players doing their job was too good. Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson, this solid defensive lineup of Liverpool considered in the 9th minutes. And in the 18th minute, it was Van Dijk who just took that edge over Timber, Gabriel, White, and Partey. So yes, Saliba is off with a red card over here, which is much concern, and Calafiori is under knee injury. But though Calafiori playing on the left backs, he doesn't look good quite often, and that was Odegaard who is under that ankle injury. So on the defensive aspects, definitely it is going to be Liverpool who are far better than Arsenal in this squad at least. Saliba is sitting on the bench just pondering about how he got that red card in the previous game, and Arteta is getting that habit of playing with 10 men. With so many injuries down to 10 men, it is getting a curse for Arteta. That is Nunes gives to Saka. Saka is being chased. Gravenberg in the midfields as well as Jones and McAllister. Partey to Saka has in the wing forwards. Saka tries to. Damn, look at did Saka dribbling with his right footed cross. He is giving from those wing forward positions. Arnold is blocking away those from Martinelli. Martinelli, Trossard, Saka, as well as Mikel Merino, the new signing. But yes, the midfields of Jones, who did a very good job in the previous match. Gravenberg is being doing that character build up under Arne Slot. Will he deliver that too good? That is Saka with that left footer shot. Ball is far off, too high from the post. He was nowhere near the goal. These are the moments where Saka can be dangerous, but yes, most of the times he has been seen shooting the ball far off from the post. You have to look at the post while scoring, son. With your heads down, you cannot get those shots. That is what the problem Saka often has. Rice to Saka, back to Rice. There is some kind of injuries. McAllister is down to the ground, but the referee has said the game to continue. Saka towards the right wings. Back to Partey. Rice. That is Ben White at the centre backs. Two high lineup for Arsenal. Arsenal are going for those extensive build-ups in the high pressing line. McAllister is off to his feet. Gabriel gives that lofted, beautiful pass to Havertz to the right wings. Especially most of the games for Arsenal are being seen building up from the right field of the section. Back is ball with Gabriel. Gabriel to White. White to Havertz. Havertz is dropping down. He is deep lying over here. Back to White. Gabriel. But just look at it. Gabriel is not giving that to Timber. Timber, who is been a right backs or left backs in most of the matches is just staying bait down because he is man marking Mohamed Salah. That is what Arteta has chosen for this game. Mohamed Salah against Timber, these two speedsters, it will be a huge watch. Jones with the position of the ball, Van Dijk, Van Dijk to Gravenberg. Look at that midfield movement of Gravenberg. He has become a different player at Arsenal. Gravenberg, he was previously at Ajax and then he was at the Bayern and now in the midfields of Liverpool. He is a completely different new player. That number 38 for Liverpool. Look at his positioning. There is some kind of Jones and Gravenberg overlapping in those positions. Mohamed Salah with that through ball from Van Dijk. He is being chased by both White as well as that is Gabriel. That is a block. Jones inside the box. Can he get that scoring chance? No. Partey has that clearance. Havertz down with that interception. That is a through ball for Martinelli. Anything can happen in this game, guys. Anything can happen. Both the teams are looking too compact in their formation and they are having those perfect man marking positions in this squad. Just look at Timber. He is specially being appointed to man mark Salah. Wherever Mohamed Salah is moving, Timber is just following his shadows. Robertson back to Kelleher. Jones tries to find Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah one on one with Timber. That is Nunes. Mo Salah has got that right foot across. No, blocked by Timber. Timber is man marking Mohamed Salah too precise and too strict. Justin Timber is doing his job of just man marking Mohamed Salah. He has been appointed. So from the left backs, there will be no kind of build up which will be seen in this team. So most of the runs from Martinelli will be seen with the assist of Michael Merino. Martinelli had that cross, but Havertz was late. Neither was Saka too close to it. Trossard found Merino. Merino found Martinelli. Martinelli was inside the box. He just dribbled away from Arnold. There was Konate, Van Dijk, and Robertson. Saka was late as well as Havertz was late too. These are the chances Arsenal need to capitalize. But yes, against the rock robust, rigid, and solid Liverpool defense, can they get one or two more goals? That will be a huge difference in the first half at least. Already 30 minutes of gameplay over here. Saka to Partey. Partey has got Rice, Havertz, as well as Ben White. Yes, Ben White right back position has been sacrificed. Timber's right back position has been sacrificed. He is there for man marking Mohamed Salah. So three of the Arsenal players are always down on the centre backs with the likes of Ben White. But yes, Liverpool just needs to make those runs from Nunes. Nunes has to make those runs in between Ben White and Gabriel. That is the loophole. But yes, Nunes is staying a bit deep. That is Jones pushing up. Mohamed Salah is doing that. whole playing movement to the wings as well as in the flanks. That is Martinelli inside the box. There is some sort of tackle scene. Havertz, no, damn. How could Havertz miss that? And yes, Anthony Taylor being the referee, will he give any sort of penalties? Arsenal won't be having those aspects of getting penalties in such games because their bad luck in the Premier League is definitely on their curse, where they are down to 10 men in most of the matches. With so many injuries, what is in store for Arteta? And what is Arne Slot doing in this? Anthony Taylor being a good referee in this game. Gallagher with that free shot. That is Duas. No, Diaz. That was offside, I guess. Arsenal to get past Konate as well as Van Dijk will be a too tough job. I can only find Saka making those runs against Robertson's attacks. Mikel Merino with that 23 number jersey. Back passes to Rice. So yes, involvement of Rice I am not being able to understand. He is just staying a bit deep down. Damn, look at Saka and that McAllister fight in the game. That referee is going to give any card for it. Who is that? Who is going to be booked? Damn, that's a yellow card. McAllister has got the booking of this game. I mean, that run, McAllister is the first person to get a booking in this game. So this McAllister has got his booking. Damn, I'm looking too lazy. Yesterday night was a big night. The El Clasico, the Champions League. Oh man. And yes, guys, those of you who are watching, do give us a like, do give us those subscribe moments as well as press those notification bells. Declan Rice with that free kick. Will he go for that cross or that shooting range? Is he close to it? That is a cross. No. Denied for the header. Partey Saka interception from Diaz. Rice tries to find Trossard or he's going for Martinelli. But that is Mikel Merino with the ball. He has got the hold of it. Back to Martinelli to the left wings. Timber has got it. That is Martinelli with that shot. Was that a deflection or the ball was so high? Will it be a corner or not? No, that isn't. Just look at the ball position of Mikel Merino, how he got that. Mikel Merino had a very good performance at the Euros. The reason why he has been taken by Arne Slot into this game, I mean by Arteta into this game. Just look at it, how Mikel Merino got hold of that ball. Diaz moving in, a challenge from Partey. So yes, Partey is just being physically too strong against Luis Diaz. That cross into the box of Liverpool. Nunes, Salah, Gravenberg. Clearance from Arnold. Arnold has been staying so down in the defensive aspects only. Partey and as well as Timber, they are marking Salah and Diaz too good. Still 35 minutes of gameplay. They both have denied any chances for Luis Diaz as well as Mohamed Salah. Martinelli moving from the left wings. Damn, Havertz had that. But Havertz couldn't even connect the ball. Arsenal with so many injuries, just look at it, they are playing so good. And what was Havertz looking at inside the box? Was he on the focus to the fans? Robertson with the throw. He finds Diaz. Van Dijk with that interception. Robertson, is he going for Salah or Nunes? No. Diaz is chasing high for Partey, but Partey is looking physically much stronger and he is denying Luis Diaz for any chances to get past him. So a good fight between Diaz and Partey as well as Timber against Mohamed Salah. So that is what it is left up for Nunes to do something. And there has to be some movement from Jones inside this game. Robertson back to Callagher. Callagher, will he give to Konate? No, that is a long shot trying to find Diaz. Again, a block from Partey. These are the moments, the paradigm shift of the midfields for both the teams will get those assists because both the teams are getting their forwards marked too well. Either it is going to be Martinelli or Merino going to cross over Arnold, or that is of Bukayo Saka with the likes of Havertz going to cross past Robertson and Van Dijk, or it is the likes of Mohamed Salah going past Timber, or that is Luis Diaz going to cross over Partey. But in the midfields, Rice is there. Can he get some hold of Gravenberg's movement? But no, Rice is being looking decent. He is just passing away the balls to the centre backs most of the times. Whereas Partey is moving up. Arsenal are not playing their formation of 4-2-3-1. Most of the times Partey is being seen up. These are the moments where Liverpool has to make those forward passes for Luis Diaz. That is the hunt out of this game will be for them. Audio quality is good. Video quality is good. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Audio and video quality, hope. I guess, guys, it's good. Audio quality is good. Video quality is good. Yes, 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 it's audible. Damn, I thought that the audio has stopped working. Ben White has sacrificed his right back positions. Martinelli against Arnold and Konate. That is Trossard chasing for Kelleher. Partey is doing his job too good, man. Just look at it. He is denying Luis Diaz of any chances. I mean, in 40 minutes, he has just man marked. Whereas Timber is man marking Mohamed Salah, Arne Slot definitely needs to get some kind of different build ups to face this Arsenal squad. Will it be too early for him to make any types of formation changes? Because Nunes is looking a bit tired already 40 minutes into the game. And yes, in the midfields, Mikel Merino against Gravenberg. Gravenberg is bit looking not in that form. Havertz, Partey is everywhere, man. In the attacks of Arsenal, just look at Partey. I mean, he is playing too good. Ben White with that clearance finds Mohamed Salah. Partey is down to the ground. Is he injured? No, damn, he isn't. Partey is a strong guy. He is so masculine. He is so well built. Just look at his physique. I mean, if he gives a touch to Luis Diaz, he is down to the ground. 42 minutes of gameplay into the activity over here. Rice with that free kick. Will Rice go for those first post shots or he go for those headers? That is a cross. Damn, that is a goal. Arsenal has scored. Mikel Merino has scored. Oh my god. Look at that cross from Rice. How deep the ball was inside the box. Dang, dang, dang. Arsenal is doing good, guys. Arsenal is doing too good. So many injuries in the team. Just look at the critical positions of the players everywhere in this game. Tim Partey, especially to name him, he has been doing so good. And they were blocking Luis Diaz as well as Mohamed Salah. Damn, it looks like an offside. It is an offside, guys. That is an offside. Who is that player on the lines? I can see some kind of offside. VR is been on the check. I think that's Martinelli. That is Martinelli, guys. I hope he is offside. Yes, that it is. That was Van Dijk. Damn, it is looking too close. Just hairline or half an inch maybe. No, that is Havertz. But whose hand is that? That is Van Dijk who is having his left hand on to Havertz. But Havertz is looking a bit offside. Is that Havertz? Yes, it is. Mikel Merino is inside the line. He is well comforted to it. But I guess that is Havertz who will be offside. What is the VR decision? But that hand of Van Dijk and his left foot seems to be a bit ahead of Havertz. This will be a too bad moment for Arsenal. If this is given an offside, a very bad moment for Arteta as well as the curse which he is having in this Premier League. Down to 10 man, down to injuries, then also this man is surviving. Arteta is having a real bad luck in this season. But that looks like some kind of offside. But the left foot of Van Dijk is bit ahead of Havertz. But the left hand of Van Dijk is in the shadows of Havertz. But the left foot of Van Dijk, he is too close. I mean, why this angle of the camera is being shown from the VR? Why not a straight line drawn and it is being seen publicly? This is absurd. Premier League, these decisions are going absurd. Van Dijk misses that header and Merino That goal stands. That goal stands. Mikel Merino's goal stands. Damn. Luck favored for Arsenal, and that was no offside because we can see that Van Dijk was having his left foot a bit ahead of Havertz. Van Dijk was too confident that he will get that header, but he misses it. Nunes misses it, and that was left for Miguel Merino to dig it past Callagher. So that is that one goal advantage. Will Arsenal end this first half with it? Arsenal are playing too good. They are doing very, very too good, guys. Too good. At the Emirates, Arsenal are playing too good, especially in the first 40 minutes of gameplay. 4 minutes of extra time being added for the first half. Anthony Taylor, a good decision as well as the VAR. Very good decision by the team, guys. Very good decision. Most of the VAR aspects are being taken hastily in the matches, but yes, they took their time and this VAR decision was given too good. Much of praises for the VR officials as well as Anthony Taylor doing two decent job in this game. Luis Diaz in the midfields. That is Arnold. Finding Salah. Salah with that cross, can he find Jones? No, safe into the hands of Samuel Raya. I think no worries in this game for Samuel Raya so far. I mean, the total attempts which Liverpool had is that only of 2 goals where they had a big chance. But yes, 6 shots by Arsenal. That is huge. Arsenal has played their game best. But yes, do their legs will survive after the 70th minutes? That will be too critical to watch because Arsenal won't be having those substitutes coming into the game. The likes of only Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling will be there. Yes, Navaneri will be a choice. Will Arteta make it? That will be too difficult. And Zinchenko in the midfields, will he play or he will go for those left backs? Because Mikel Merino will need a substitution after the 65th or the 70th minutes. He is those kind of players who come for the substitutes, but yes, he has been preferred in the starting lineup. Some sort of changes after 65 minutes Arteta will have to make. He will definitely bring Sterling or Gabriel, Jorginho, Zinchenko in the squad. Kiwior is too there. McAllister with that shot, but Samuel Raya has got a good grip of that. Look at that cross. That was McAllister with that header from Arnold. The contact was good, but the ball needed a bit of deflection. That is the third chance, third goal creating opportunity which Liverpool got in this game. So, not much of worries for Samuel Raya. Nunes has to make those runs, guys. Nunes has to chase Gabriel because they are having White and Gabriel in the. Damn, look at the strength of Gabriel. He is wrestling. Darwin Nunes and Gabriel are wrestling. That is a WWE moment at the Emirates. And Gabriel and Nunes, they are just pushing each other. They are having a tug of war. Physically bullying each other. That is football, guys. That is football on the field. It is looking too good. That the referee has blown his whistle, and what a class performance from Arsenal. Arsenal are really dominating this game. They are doing their job too good. But look at what happened in the first half, guys. This was too. way beyond expected. There were expectations that Liverpool were going for those fantasy Premier League moments in the first half, diving away, creating those chances. But yes, there has been a real total upside down with the position of around about 50% for both the games, both the teams. A total of 6 shots from Arsenal. They played too good in the first half, whereas thrice chances created by Liverpool. That goal from Bukayo Saka, his right foot dribbling, that left foot dribbling and scoring from that angle where Kelleher could have saved it, that would have been a save. But yes, it was into the nets, and that assist from Ben White, where Saka was just left one on one against Robertson, and Robertson had a slip and fall inside that box in just 9 minutes of the game. But yes, after those 9 minutes, another 9 minutes into the first half, and it was Virgil van Dijk who gave that Luis Diaz assist. And that header, there was some kind of header, a slight header deflection from Luis Diaz from the cross from Arnold, and Van Dijk just netted it. Alistair getting that yellow card in that moment, and Mikel Merino scoring it with that assist from Declan Rice. What a free kick! So two of the chances created by Ben White from the midfields, and it was Declan Rice again from those midfield parts where he gave that free kick. So at the same moment where Liverpool is lacking is that the performance of McAllister in those places. This is what the deficit is, because both the chances which has been created by Arsenal, one was a free kick from the midfields, right midfields, whereas the other one where Ben White was too free in that centre back positions, he gives that to Bukayo Saka. McAllister needs to be get reviewed in the first half by Arne Slot, and some sort of changes definitely needs to be made in those positions, because yes, man marking by Partey from the right backs and Luis Diaz just glorifying those things is being physically dominated by Partey, and as well as Timber with his speed, he is man marking Mohamed Salah very efficiently. Performance of both the wingers of Liverpool have been just concentrated into their own half by the Arsenal defense, whereas the likes of Saliba not in the team. That is Ben White who is playing at the centre backs with the pairing of Gabriel. Yes, Mikel Merino in the midfields as well as Rice playing those box to box movements is creating those chances. But yes, what is Liverpool is lying short of is their midfield compatibility, because most of the Arsenal players are looking high up on their pitch, and in the midfields they are having those interceptions, and the man marking of both the wingers is creating some sort of difficulties for Arne Slot. It was much expected that Arteta is going to take over this aspect, because there were injuries of Odegaard, Saliba, Calafiori as well as Tierney. Whereas in Liverpool that is Bradley, Elliott and Jota, whereas Federico Chiesa, the new signing, is also on the injury list. So much of happening in the second half, guys, much of happening. This game is really going to get bigger and bigger as it goes. The Sunday night match of Premier League, what a game this is. This week, football fans have really gone crazy. See, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi both are not much in those elite leagues of the world. One is in the MLS, one is in the Saudi Pro. Now the football fans have really opened up. Guys, people who are witnessing football, they are having those opportunities to talk about their players, because it was an era where 15 to 20 years where Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have dominated it so big. So it is Arsenal and Liverpool facing each other. Whereas there is a game between the Serie A, Italia Serie A derby of Inter Milan facing Juventus, where both of them, Zelensky has got a penalty, whereas that off from Juventus, that is Vlahovic. But yes, Thiago Motta's Juventus is doing that game. I mean, those build up too good this season, as well as Vlahovic is their single goal scoring machine. But yes, Thiago Motta has to find some sort of players who are going to get those moments. Conciaso, McKennie, Fagioli as well as they are doing. But yes, Locatelli is also there. But yes, the Champions League winners of the 2021's Inter Milan under Simone Inzaghi, they have done their job decent with the likes of Thuram and Martinez, and Zelensky was that penalty goal scorer in it. But the most disheartening was that of Manchester United losing to West Ham, and that is 2-1, where in the late stoppage time, Bowen got that penalty and he scored. Eric Ten Hag, you must be sacked. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, get this Eric Ten Hag out of the Old Trafford. Make some changes in the manager selection. Get some new one, guys. Get some new one. It's high time to get a new manager for United. You can't just face this. Just look at the Premier League table. Manchester City, out of 9 games, they have won 3. They are at the 14th position. I mean, dang, if they get 2 or more losses in it, I mean, no, they won't be under relegation because they have won 3 games. I'm sorry about it, but yes, definitely Manchester United really needs to make some changes in the managerial aspects. This is definitely not going to be good. And yes, Bayern is on the winning compilation. They have won by 5 goals against Bochum. We were having a watch along of this game, but on the German servers. But this is that Indian server which we are broadcasting over here, and we were having those talks about company. You can watch those channel videos on my German channel as well. And Olise, Musiala, Kane, Sane, and Koman, all of these strikers from Bayern have scored, and company is back again. But yes, Bochum, on the other hand, they were down at the table. I mean, just look at Bochum, they are at the last of the table. So Bayern was not much concerned about this. And the performance of Bayern have been much evaluated because they have already faced Stuttgart, Frankfurt, Leverkusen. They had Aston Villa in the squad, then they faced Barcelona. So it was a tough game in the long list of the Champions League as well as in the Bundesliga. They had faced those critical games. Only the 2 teams which are left is that of Leipzig and Dortmund for Bayern to face in this first half of the season. So yes, Bayern are at the top of the group with 20 points, and Leipzig are also equalizing with 20 points. But the goal difference of 22 which Bayern has created is definitely going to be too critical. And Frankfurt has got a win and they are at the 16 points. Leverkusen are 5 points behind Bayern at 15 points, whereas Freiburg is also with Leverkusen in 15 points. So that it is, but some kind of disheartening performances from Dortmund and Stuttgart. Both of them are playing in the Champions League fixtures as well, and Dortmund are finding it difficult under Nuri Sahin to get those wins in the Bundesliga, especially at their home. Dortmund is looking out of shape this season, whereas Stuttgart, they had the Champions League moments. How can they perform this will be critical because Stuttgart is playing providing those players in the German squad as well this season. Stuttgart has most of the players in the German squads which Nagelsmann has opted for. So that was all between that Bochum and Bayern, as well as between West Ham and Manchester United. The derby clash, Italian derby clash of Inter and Juventus, it is also over there and it is on level draws. And yes, we are much concerned about this Premier League game where there is Arsenal and Liverpool facing each other. So much of changes to be made in the midfields of Liverpool, and Arne Slot is definitely going to make it. But is it going to be in the starting of the second half, or he is going to build up to the 60th minutes, and after that he is going to make the substitutes? Because Kwancha, Gomez, Sasimikas, Sozopslai and Morton, as well as Indo and Gakpo is there. So he will get either some of those. So what is the substitution he is going to make? Either he is going to bring Sozopslai into the gameplay instead of McAllister or Jones. That is what the choice I think Arne Slot must be having. Apart from bringing Sozopslai into the gameplay, he has no choice to be made. Let's hope for it. Let's look at it. That is the break in the first half. We will also take a just 2 minutes break and we will be back soon, guys. And yes, those of you who are watching this stream, do give us a like, do share and do subscribe. We will be back in just 2 to 3 minutes. Stay tuned to it, guys. Stay tuned to it. So that it is, let me take a break also. Damn, this week is full of football. The whole week is full of football. Just copying it and having some sort of sharing to the streams. Where is that link? Yes. So yes, guys, stay tuned to it. I will be just back in 2 to 3 minutes. That it is looking good. Oh my god, my body is just having those aches. So much football to watch this week. Damn, is that a goal? The second half has started, guys. The second half has started. I think Gabriel is under some kind of injuries. So here we are back, guys. And this is that moment early in just 2 minutes where Gabriel has got that injury. Was that a goal scoring opportunity for Liverpool? Was it for the defensive aspects which has caused Gabriel that injury? No, he is down to just half midway onto the pitch. Damn, Arteta. Lots of worries for Arteta this season. Gabriel is looking under injury or not. That will be a concern because Arteta is under injuries. He is under suspension of two players. Saliba is under suspension. Gabriel, is he going to be under injury? No, he is off onto his legs. So any kind of changes which has been done, just have a look at it. No kind of substitutions being made by both the teams. So yes, the injury is the factor, the critical factor of this game. Sozoplai hasn't been yet called to the pitch. No kind of injuries for Gabriel as well. He is back to the field. So he has made his mark, and Arteta must be worried if he gets any more injuries. No substitutions from Arne Slot as well. That is a lofted ball for Diaz. Diaz has moved into the edge of the box. He is close to the first post. Damn, he was so close to the nets. Why he didn't make that pass? It was supposed to be a pass from him. Why he is going that single-handedly? He dribbled past Saka. He dribbled past White. It was Raya with whom he collided, and he was so close to the first post. Just look at it. There was Jones available. He tried to get that left footer pass, but he couldn't just handle that speed. Good performance from Luis Diaz. He has made his mark in the second half. Raya with that free shot. That is Van Dijk who gets that interception. Van Dijk, will he do that job which is required for this game? He has been that efficient centre back, one of the best in the world. That is a challenge from Rice. That is Jones to Salah. Salah finding McAllister. Salah back. Salah, that cross. Nunes was nowhere close to it. It is Luis Diaz. Robertson with that left foot across, safe into the hands of Samuel Raya. So Gabriel is looking injured. Damn. Worries for Arsenal coming up in the second half. Gabriel is again back to, he is looking injured. He is down to the ground. Emirates must be worried of. The fans must be worried of. Lots of worries for Mikel Arteta. What he is doing to do now. Just look at the aspects. They have Zinchenko and Kivior only for those defensive aspects. Already Partey has been sacrificed from his midfield job to the right backs. Timber is on the left backs. So who is going to do that job? Ben White has sacrificed his right back positions and he is playing on the centre backs. That is the substitution which Arteta is going to make. Gabriel is down to the ground and he is making his exit to the sidelines. So much of expectations for the Anfield fans. Gabriel is off the pitch, guys. He is off the pitch. Kivior has made his appearance. He is now going to be on the field in place of Gabriel. So both Saliba and Gabriel off for Arsenal. It's 53 minutes of gameplay. Still 45 minutes more to go. There is some sort of stoppage time to be added to the second half as well. That is Kivior, but what is the position which Kivior is going to play? Slot is making those tactical changes, talking with his assistant Arnold to Kelleher. Kelleher with that clearance, interception from Partey. So that is going to be Kivior, who is going to be at the centre backs. The number 15 from Arsenal. The Emirates are having a very bad stint this season with injuries, with those suspensions. I mean, many things Arteta has to worry of, and if he gets those 3 points away from here at the Emirates, then it is going to be a too good job by him. Arne Slot needs to make those changes, bring in Szoboszlai into the game. This is the moment which they have to capitalize. They are not going to make those lazy moments. Robertson with that clearance. Ball is off for a throw. Robertson to Nunes. Back to Robertson. Robertson tries to find Arnold. Damn. The ball is just in the midway of the centre back. Timber against Salah. Timber is doing his job good. Timber is really doing his job too good. Trying to find Martinelli. Konate. Van Dijk. Back to Konate. Kelleher. Kelleher finds Gravenberg. Konate. Arnold. Back to Konate. Kelleher. Arsenal are pressing high. Gravenberg has found Salah. Salah is dribbling past away Timber. Salah is moving with those speeds. He is there just out of the edge of the box. Damn, he tries to find Luis Diaz instead of going for those shots, but that is an offside. Salah made that brilliant move. Just look at it, how he dribbled past Timber. He turned just 90 degrees opposite to his right, tries to find Salah, but that was a well man marking done by Partey, who was doing those blockages for Luis Diaz. So Salah has found that moment on the verge of 68 minutes. He has dribbled past Partey. We have to see many more dribblings from Salah as well as Luis Diaz for Liverpool to get those moments. That is an interception. Salah has got the ball in the midfield. He is going past. No, he has just a pass to Nunes. Nunes to Arnold. Arnold from the right flanks. Jones back to Gravenberg. Look at Kivior. He is man marking Nunes. Kivio is up against Nunes. Van Dijk, Arnold. No way. I mean, just look at the positioning of Jones. Look at the positioning of McAllister. They are staying a bit too deep in their midfields. They are not getting those outnumbered positions in the box of Arsenal. This way, Liverpool is not going to score. Arne Slot has to make those changes in the midfields. That is much required. Either bring in McAllister, bring in Szoboszlai. There are likes of Cody Gakpo. He has to make those changes. He has to make those changes in this game. Midfield of Liverpool is just hanging around. Diaz making his movement from the left wings. He is out of the penalty box. He has dribbled past Saka. No, Saka has a block. Gravenberg finds Nunes. Nunes, can he get that scoring chance? No, there is a block from three Arsenal players. This is what I am talking about. Liverpool is getting outnumbered in the box of Arsenal. Robertson with that interception. Nunes, he has found it. Can he give that to Robertson? But he is late. He is giving that to Diaz. Damn. Gravenberg. Yes, that is what I am saying about. Just look at it now. Nunes and Salah are overlapping. That is Salah. Will he get for those left footers? Arnold, will he get that shot? No, that is a block from Rice. That is a corner, I guess. Yes, that is. Liverpool is not making those approaches inside the box. They are playing too wide. From the wings, it is good that they are playing wide, but yes, they have to just penetrate into the box where they are getting outnumbered, because Arsenal in this Premier League, most of the matches where they are down to 10 men, as well as with injuries, they have been doing their defensive job too good. Corner from Robertson, but that is an interception. Arnold, back pass to Kelleher. When is Szoboszlai going to come? It's already 60 minutes. Damn. Arne Slot has to make those changes. Damn. Szoboszlai is not going to come. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, that is Szoboszlai Gakpo going to come. This change was needed, guys. This change was needed. The time when Gabriel had that limping of the pitch, those moments only Arne Slot had to make those changes. He is 5 minutes late into those substitutions. Rice finding Martinelli. Martinelli is speeding away. There are 7 players of Liverpool in the defense. Can he get past them? No. That is a denial. A header block from Robertson. Mohamed Salah with that interception. He has got Arnold with that clearance. Declan Rice. That is Mikel Merino. They are just slowing away the pace of the game, trying to take some of their time in the possession. The substitute from Liverpool, from Arsenal, Kivior with that pass. Ben White, Partey dribbling away in the midfields, doing his job too good against Luis Diaz. So yes, that is the substitutions which is going to be made. That is Szoboszlai, Gakpo. McAllister has been substituted. That is Robertson who is being substituted. That is Tessamicus. As well as Gakpo is going to come onto the field, and the player which is going to be substituted is Luis Diaz. So yes, Luis Diaz was physically manhandled by Partey in this game. and Arne Slot has made this decision too good. Yes, Diaz is a good player, but yes, some sort of substitutions were needed because Partey was physically being too strong against Luis Diaz and he was doing that defensive jobs too good. Van Dijk, Tsimikas is going to stay at the left backs. He has found Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai is speeding away against Declan Rice. It's Jones and Gakpo in the build-up. That is Tsimikas moving onto the wings. Gakpo against Saka. Passes to Tsimikas. Tsimikas with that cross. That header, no. Denied by Rice. No, that was Kivior. Gakpo with that left cross, will he come to it? No, back to Tsimikas. Tsimikas back to Gakpo. Gakpo with that right footer. Will Salah get that shot? No. That was denied. Arsenal is really doing that job too good. Gakpo already on that substitution has been seen getting those initial touches and he is looking good in form. Saka to Havertz, but that is a block from Gravenberg. Gravenberg with that shot, no. Gravenberg tried for those dreamy class shots, but that was Samuel Raya, but he has nothing to get worried of. But there was Mohamed Salah free on the wings. Arne Slot hoping for some changes. That is Liverpool. They are on the attack. That is a yellow card for Samuel Raya for passing the ball. So Anthony Taylor, his job in this game has been quite decent as well as those VR decisions in the first half. Samuel Raya with that free kick, trying to find Saka. A block from Van Dijk. The Samikas is there with the clearance. Havertz with the position, but the referee has called off for some kind of foul over there. A free kick for Liverpool. Konate, Van Dijk, Jones, Tsimikas, Gakpo, Tsimikas, Gakpo, Jones, but that is a foul given by Anthony Taylor. Liverpool has got that free kick. Will they go for those crosses? Arsenal players looking a bit tired. Yes, the substitutions which Arteta can make in this game is that he is having the likes of Jorginho, Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, Neveneri or Zinchenko, but will he go for those substitutions or he is going to stick to the 80 minutes of gameplay with this squad only as they are one goal up in this game? Arnold with that cross, no header from Liverpool, that is a block. Martinelli gets that clearance. Gravenberg gets that touch. It is Szoboszlai. He is on the position of the ball. Anthony Taylor marking that those leg clearance by Gravenberg. Is that a foul? No card has been given. No, that is quite decent. Yes, Gravenberg has got that contact with the ball and it is not a foul. Slot is having some kind of frustration with the decision of Anthony Taylor. But yes, Gravenberg is safe. Is that a yellow card given to him? I don't think so. No card for Gravenberg for that challenge. Only McAllister has got a yellow card and David Raya has got that yellow. Apart from that, no more cards being given in this game. That is a good decision from Anthony Tyler. Tasimikas gets that interception, trying to find Nunes. Nunes speeding away against Ben White, but that is a clearance from White. Gakpo throw to Tasamikas. Most of the gameplays after the substitution of Liverpool has been seen on the left wings only. Gakpo and Tasimikas making those moves. Jones, Gravenberg, Konate, Mo Salah towards the right wings. Arnold, mid flanks. Gravenberg, back to Van Dijk. Tasimikas, Gakpo. Tasimikas speeding away to the left wings. Gakpo trying to cut in. Back to Van Dijk. Konate. But look at the movement on the center field position. Szoboszlai with that shot. Damn, that was a right footed shot, but he was not having that accuracy in it. Yes, guys, those of you who are watching, we are just supporting the Liverpools in this game, and definitely they need to come big. Arne Slot with his performances, this is his acid test, and he has to come up big with the players. No changes for Arsenal. Only they have got Kivior, whereas Arne Slot has got Tasimikas, Szoboszlai as well as Gakpo. That was a chance. Damn, how could you miss it? Such type of miss is definitely going to cost big loss for Arne Slot. I mean, how can you miss from that inside the box? Gravenberg, Arnold finds Salah. Martinelli was there for that block. He gets that interception quite good. Who is down to the ground from Arsenal? Damn. That is Timber who is down to the ground. Another worry for Arteta. Anthony Tyler is just pointing out to those players that if you need to make a substitution, please get off the lines and let them make a substitution. Timber is on to his legs. Damn, why he was down to the ground. So yes, much of the stoppage time going to come with such type of delay in the play and trying to break the momentum of the players. So ball has been given to Samuel Raya to continue the gameplay. White. That is Havertz. Damn, look at that run from Havertz. He is into the box. It was Tesemikas who finally gets a hold of his run. Gallagher, Konate, Gravenberg, Gakpo is dropping down. Tesemikas, Van Dijk, Van Dijk tries to find Salah, but again that is Timber who is giving him those interceptions. Mikel Merino, that is Kivior. Martinelli has dribbled past Arnold. No, will he give that to Trossard? But that is a block from Konate. Konate trying to speed up. That is Szoboszlai who takes that free kick. It is Van Dijk. Back to Konate. Arnold. I mean, in the midfield, Liverpool is just giving away those balls. That is the place where Liverpool is lacking over here. Apart from the wing plays in the midfields, the combination of Gravenberch, Jones were not looking that decent. Along with McAllister, Szoboszlai has come to the pitch, but yes, their midfield aspect is quite disheartening in this game. That was Havertz trying to get those headers just outside the goal post against Kelleher, but safe into the hands of Kelleher. Make some midfield changes, man. Make some midfield changes. Jones is not doing that good. He is not making those runs into the box. He is staying a bit deep. That is chance for Martinelli. Will he get that shot? No, Konate has that clearance. Defensive aspects of Liverpool has been decent, but in the midfields they are literally losing it away to Arsenal. So that is another player, Timber, who is down to the ground, and yes, this time it is going to be the substitution coming on from Arteta. These are the moments definitely Liverpool has to make into the gameplay to get those goals. They really have to make those moves. So that is Timber limping off the ground, and the substitution which is made is that of Miles Lewis Kelly. Who is that player? I mean, he is new, he is from the Arsenal Academy. 2 years he has been under, but yes, he has made no appearances. I mean, just 4 appearances for Arsenal in the past 2 years. Damn. Arteta has to stuck to Lewis Kelly for this game. He would have brought in Zinchenko at least. But yes, he has opted for Skelly. Havertz with that left footer shot. Man, that was a boom. Just look at that left footer shot from Havertz. That German left footer, that was a bang. But the ball was nowhere near the post. Bring in Navaneri, man. Bring in Navaneri. He is there. I mean, Slot is doing those jobs. I mean, why he opted for Luis Kelly? There was Ethan Navaneri who had that good performance. He didn't stuck to it. So Gabriel has been seen in the benches putting some kind of ice packs on his left knee. But Liverpool is not making any type of build-ups. Everywhere they are going, they are being blocked by Arsenal too good in this game. Jones with that interception tries to find Arnold. No, that is Salah dropping down. Back to Jones. Mikel Arteta is getting excited and he is just asking the Emirates to cheer up their team. Konate, Arnold, Jones, Van Dijk to Jones, back to Gravenberg, back to Jones. Look at the midfield aspect. Arsenal is dropping down so good, and Liverpool are not having those midfield aspects over here. So Sly, Arnold, Gravenberg. I mean, three of the midfield players are on the dropping down of the midfield. So Sly to Arnold, back to Gravenberg. Tasimikas finds Gakpo, but his performance of Gakpo has been decent against against Partey. Luis Diaz didn't have those captivating movements. Some kind of foul for Havertz, but no, the referee asked for the game to continue. Ball is in possession of Liverpool. I mean, this aspect of Liverpool, I'm not trying to understand. When Arsenal are just closing in inside the box, neither of the Liverpool players are going too wide, nor they are making those midfield movements. Arsenal is really doing those jobs too good in the midfield today. Arsenal is not giving Liverpool any free chances in this game. Their job in this game has been too good. Ben White, Partey, Partey finds Saka. Saka trying to dribble past the Samikas. Back. White, Partey, Saka. That is Martinelli moving, speeding off, but that is a block from Konate and Arnold. Sly speeding in. That is a chance. Nunes has moved in. He will find Salah. Yes, he is. That is the goal from Liverpool. Just that incisive run from Nunes and Salah could dominate it. Mohamed Salah was being man marked by Timber in this game for so long. Timber was doing that job too good, and it is that Egyptian delicious king who has done that job for the Liverpool. Good job done, guys. Good job. What a decent score sheet it will be just on the verge of 88th minutes. It was Timber who was man marking, and Lewis Kelly was brought into the gameplay. That only changed the aspects. That is Mohamed Salah. Good job, guys. Good job. Get one more goal at least. Get those 3 points away from the Emirates. And good job from Nunes as well. Nunes just speeded away. That was a pass in between Kivior and Rice. Rice was there for those assists to Kivior. But yes, that was a good pass in the box. And that was Salah with the open nets. Mikel Arteta has nothing to say about this because his team has been outpaced by Nunes as well as Mohamed Salah. What a great that is again going to be Nunes. So it can be found that the number 49 Lewis Kelly is just not having those pace, and he will be outclassed by Mohamed Salah and Nunes. Nunes has been seeing Nunes giving that cross into the box. Damn, that was a clearance. Trossard. Trossard is just holding the ball, taking some time for the possession. Finds Havertz. Havertz to Saka. There are four Liverpool defenders with the likes of Gravenberg. Saka is asking them to move forwards, but yes, Mikel Arteta must have instructions that they should just keep levels with these two goals. because the counters of Mohamed Salah and Nunes against Luis Kelly, that will be too difficult for them to handle. So Zobslai, can he find Salah? Yes, he has. Nunes is there. Gakpo too. That was Luis Kelly challenging Mohamed Salah. Both of them were off to the ground. Arnold, Gravenberg, Gravenberg holding that ball. 83 minutes of gameplay. 7 minutes of gameplay still left plus stoppage time. At least 10 to 12 minutes of stoppage time must be added. Mohamed Salah gives that to Nunes, but that is Ben White with that interception. Damn, Martinelli is looking for some fresh legs. So that is what Gabriel Jesus as well as Ethan Nwaneri are going to mark. That is what I was saying, that instead of bringing in Luis Kelly, it should have been Zinchenko with the likes of Nwaneri or Gabriel Jesus, or it should have been Jorginho. Why Arteta stuck to Lewis Kelly might be a question which must be really haunting him, because that second goal was just the result of it. So yes, Gabriel Jesus as well as Ethan Nwaneri, the young player coming on to the field. Talking about Ethan Nwaneri, he is from the Arsenal Academy and he did a very good job in this Premier League. He has played 6 matches, scored twice. A very good midfielder indeed. Ethan Nwaneri, Arsenal must be, the Emirates must be having some dream of keeping this guy for long. But yes, no changes from Arne Slot. He still has the likes. Arne Slot has no. There is Diogo Jota and Federico Chiesa injured. He has those wing forwards for him out of the squad today. Jones, that is Tasamikas, Gravenberg, Arnold finding Salah. Szoboszlai is making those moves. Salah tries to just dip in inside the box with that shot, but that was some kind of interception. Can Liverpool get that one goal? Can Liverpool get that one goal, guys? Are they going to snatch away those 3 points, or they are going to just take those 1 points sharing and they will be happy with it? Havertz moving in, that is Konate. Nwaneri, the good midfielder attacking aspects. Trossard, Havertz again with that left. Damn, that was Gabriel Jesus. So Gabriel Jesus is making his moves. He is up against the Samikas, but that cross was too wide from Havertz. It should have been a little bit deep cut in. Some sort of talking in between Partey and Havertz. Nwaneri with that cross from the corners. That was a good cross. Damn! Who was that? Gabriel Jesus had got that shot, but straight into the hands of Callagher. No worries for Callagher. Liverpool making those counters. Nunes speeding away. Finding Thessalonians. Nunes was intercepted. Jones, Gravenberg. Where is Mo Salah? Mohamed Salah is staying too far on the right wings. Van Dijk, Gravenberg, Gravenberg to Gakpo, back to Gravenberg. Gravenberg tries to find Mo Salah, but that was too much power in that shot. That is Wataru Indo. So finally, Wataru Indo, that Japanese is being called on. Will he make those accredits in the midfield? So who it is? Is it Gravenberg or is it Jones going to make those moves? This sharing of points by Arsenal and Liverpool, the most beneficial out of this game will be that of Manchester City, because if this game continues with the sharing of points between the two teams, then it will be Manchester City at the top of the table to be dominant after 9 games, and they are unbeaten in the Premier League so far. So it will be Guardiola's men who will move on to the first position after this game. White, Rice, Navaneri, back to Rice. That is Jesus from the right wings, trying to cut in. Damn, what a clearance that was from Jones. Damn, Havertz has that scoring chance. No, no, that is an offside or what? Oh, 89 minutes. And that clearance from Jones, it could have resulted and it would have costed Liverpool to concede, and it was Havertz. I mean, what he did outside the box, it was of no lame reasons why he just left the ball like this. But finally, Gabriel Jesus puts it into the nets. But what the referee has to see, what there's some sort of tackle which he is referring to. What was that? Was that an offside? What was the reason why the referee stopped the game? Why he blew the whistle? What just happened in it? I mean, what a clearance that was from Jones. It is finally Indo, and Jones has been called off to the bench. He is off the pitch. Very good refereeing by Anthony Taylor in this game. I mean, none of the Liverpool fans nor the Emirates can complain about the refereeing. Anthony Taylor with his decisions, as well as his VAR taking those times. So 7 minutes of extra time, the stoppage time, which has been going to be into the gameplay. So slide to Mo Salah. Mo Salah trying to find someone in the midfield, but there is no one over there. Back to Konate, Van Dijk, Tasamikas, Gakpo, Gakpo dribbling, Gakpo trying to find some way out of Partey. Partey has done the job today too good, guys. Partey has done the job too good. Partey has been too exciting. I mean, the way he marked Luis Diaz in the first half, as well as he is man marking Cody Gakpo, as well as Tasimikas in the build-ups. Partey at the right backs for Arsenal has been the biggest game changer moments. So yes, corner for Liverpool, both Nunes and Van Dijk shaking hands. Can Van Dijk get that edge with the height advantage? Arnold going to take that left corner with his right foot. He goes for that cross. That is Van Dijk. No, he just puts the ball in front of Van Dijk, but it was an interception. 2 minutes of stoppage time already have passed by. 5 more minutes of gameplay still left into it. Raya with that free kick trying to find Havertz. Havertz against Indo. Indo has a fall. Free kick being awarded. Van Dijk. Kasimikas. Back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk trying to find Salah. But that was Kivior onto the block. That is the yellow card. Who is that player? Damn, Darwin Nunes late in the stoppage time, 94 minutes, has got that yellow card. That was reckless. Nunes, just stay on the top, bro. Why do you need to stay down? Don't come too deep. Stay on the edges. Just look at Ben White. You have to find those gaps in between Ben White as well as the likes of the number 15 who is onto the gameplay, and that is Kivior. Kivior and Luis Kelly both are doing their job decent after the substitutions as well. But yes, one chance for Salah and Nunes, they had just netted it. Can they get one more goal out of here? Time waste management from Partey, taking too much time for that throw. Trying to find Gabriel Jesus. Konate. What? Look at the positioning of Wataru Endo and Gravenberg. Why they are just overlapping each other. I mean, Gravenberg has been decent in this Premier League season, but in this game, what was the expectations? He hasn't not been up to that level. Samuel Raya. That is a missed pass. No, safe into the hands of Declan Rice. Declan Rice is speeding away. He has found that number 23, that new kid. So yes, 96 minutes of gameplay, just one more minute to it. I don't think so any of the teams are going to get it. Trossard, Kivio, back to Trossard. There is no midfield present. Four of the Arsenal players are inside the box. Rice with that cross. Gabriel Jesus, no, gets that ball inside the box onto the far post. Tasimikas one-on-one against Gabriel Jesus. Damn, that is a corner. Arsenal has got that corner late in the 96th minutes. So I think this game is going to end with this corner. The referee is going to blow away the whistle very soon. Manchester City are going to take the advantage out of it, definitely. With this draw, City are going to be at the top of the table after 9 games. And they are unbeaten in the league. Gallagher with that free kick, take it early, man. It's already 96.56. Referee has blown the whistle. Referee has blown the whistle, and Mikel Arteta with so many injuries, Arne Slot with so many injuries. The game, the epic clash of Slot against Arteta has ended, and this was much expected by the fans that this game was going to end up in some kind of draw. So finally both the managers are shaking hands and they are calling off. So that it is, guys, it's all up to over here. And definitely the talk of the town will be that Arne Slot has got those edge movements past Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta with that curse of down to 10 man, as well as those injuries, as well as those suspensions, has done his job too good in this game. And yes, definitely he made a mistake where he bought in Lewis Kelly, the Arsenal Academy player, new to the squad, only 76 minutes, and it was Mohamed Salah and Nunes getting those edge movements, overpacing him and finding the equalizer for Liverpool. But yes, decent job from Arsenal. We will making a compilation video of these on the Mondays, and we will be back soon with the watch along. But yes, against Inter and Juventus, the game is still on to the 69th minutes, and that is Inter winning against Juventus. So do you guys think that we have a watch along of that game also? So just let me put those things onto the squad. Yes, there it is. That is Inter and Juventus, which is going on. We will have a watch of this game also. Inter playing against Juventus. Let me just adjust the screen over here. Yes, it is. The third screen over here is looking good. Yes, so here we are watching that Inter and Juventus, where it is the Serie A. Yeah. Where are the live matches? Serie A. Get me, bring Inter and Juventus. Yes, Inter and Juventus live. Damn, Inter has scored 4 goals. So Thiago Motta, what you doing, bro? This is the watch along of Inter with Juventus. And yes, just look at it, guys. What is happening in this game? Inter Milan has scored 4 goals, 2 penalties for Zelinski in the 15 minute as well as in the 37 minutes. Damn, Juventus has scored their third goal. It is Yildiz, the Bayern Munich Academy. Yildiz has scored. Yildiz has scored. This game is still just on the verge of getting an equalizer from Juventus late. So yes, Yildiz has scored over here. What a moment we just log into this game. Just look at it, guys. How is this going to affect this gameplay? Yildiz was moving away from the left wings, and what a left footer shot that was. That was a class goal from Yildiz. Just look at what Yildiz has in store from the Juventus squad. So Yildiz has been the substitute in the 62nd minutes. He is from the Bayern Academy, and he was just sold to Juventus under 19, and from 2023 he is on the senior team of Juventus. 43 games played, 5 goals. So Juventus are trying to get those momentum under Thiago Motta. And yes, Thiago Motta must be having those concerns because Juventus had a stint performance where they lost in the Champions League to Stuttgart. Look at it here. Juventus trailing behind 1 goal against Inter. Against Stuttgart, they had a loss. Lazio, they won it. Cagliari, they had a draw at home. That is what the concern of Juventus will be, because against Stuttgart they had a loss at home of the Alliance. Against Lazio they won. Against Cagliari also they had a loss at home. Leipzig they had won. Genoa, Napoli they had a draw. Eindhoven Yes, they are doing their job too good, but the likes of Thiago Motta building up the players. If against Inter they get a draw, then it will be on 17 as well as Inter will be on the 17th. The clash will be between those second and third positions. Whereas Napoli, I mean Antonio Conte, he is really doing that job too good for this team. Really, Napoli has been changed so drastically. And look at the fixtures what they have done. Least they had a win against Empoli, that was away. They had a win. Como being managed by Fabregas, Rafael Varane, the associations lost to Conte, and yes, Fabregas meeting Antonio Conte in that game was definitely a watch to have it. It was really a delicious game to look at with those old memories. And yes, Napoli against Monza, Palermo, they had a draw against Juventus. That was the moment where Thiago Motta came in to prove that against Antonio Conte, they had a draw. So Motta was on the news after this Italian clash, and it was at the Alliance where Juventus shared those points with Napoli. Against Cagliari, Napoli had a win. Conte did it good. So yes, Conte, Napoli are having two good season under Antonio Conte. They have won 7 games out of 9, drawn one, lost one, 22 points. Inter, if they get a win out of here, then they will come close to Napoli, but 2 points behind them. But yes, Juventus, they need to get a draw out of it because already they are down by 4 goals to that of 3. For Juventus, the players who are playing for Thiago Motta, the best being Vlahovic, the striker, Thuram, he is moving with the ball, trying to find Martinez. Martinez with that shot, but yes, that was no worries for the team. Yes, what we were talking about is that the stats of Juventus. Look at Vlahovic, he has those 5 goals. In these assists, Yildiz is that guy who is having those 2 assists for him, and the goals and assists that of that only Vlahovic is doing those moments for Thiago Motta. He is the man. Vlahovic just performing for Juventus. Apart from him, the team really needs to get those because in the scoring sheets for Juventus, it's Cambiaso, Conceição, Mangula, and Timothy Way for them. But in the assist, Ildiz has to, Samuel Mangula has to, Cook Manners and Thuram with just one. So Juventus team has to perform. They really need to do so some because that is the performance from Lehovic only in the team, which is being just shown many a times. Whereas in this game, Inter has been lucky. They has got those penalties and Zelensky really just netting it. Vlahovic, Way, and Ildiz scoring. Ildiz came into the substitutions in the 62nd minutes where Fagioli and Way were substituted. McKennie, Conceição, and Vlahovic. Vlahovic has got a substitution, and Mongula has been called onto the pitch. So can they get that equalizer? Juventus really need to come big in this game, and Thiago Motta has to perform. Look at these stats over here. In the first 15 minutes, Zelensky got that penalty. He scored it. 20th minutes, Vlahovic scoring it with his left foot. That epic shot. Dumfries had that shot, but it was a save. Thuram again was a save. Cabal was a miss. Where that was the goal. Conceição again with that save. Mkhitaryan, that was a goal. Zelensky again with that penalty. So just Under 35 minutes, Inter got those three goals. I mean, in 37 minutes, adding to that penalty. And the stats being too high for Jan Sommer despite his retirement from the Swiss team. He is playing for Inter. He has a very bad performance this. And Bastoni, De Vrij and Pavard playing at the centre backs. Demarco has a good performance in the Italians for the Euros. Yildiz had that chance again. What a scoring opportunity he is having. Damn, Yildiz. Get it, bro. Get it. Yildiz is that player from Juventus under Thiago Motta. This guy is from the Bayern Academy, being sent to the Juventus Academy under 19, and he is doing those moves. He has been brought in because Federico Chiesa was sold to Liverpool this summer. Just look at the transfers which Juventus did this season. Yeah, it was Koopmenas and Conceição who came in the August of 2024 with Nicolas Gonzalez. Gonzalez is from Argentina. He is that good scoring machine. But the players out for is that Philip Kostic has been sent to Fenerbahce, where Mourinho has called him Kostic, as well as that of players out. Where is Federico Chiesa? Yes, Federico Chiesa being sold to Liverpool. So lots of changes in this August, where Mota had these changes made. And talking about the squad, look at the stats of Thiago Mota. He has managed those teams: Barca Athletic, Barcelona from 2001 to 2007. He played those carriers: Atletico Madrid, Genoa, Inter, and PSG up to 2018. He was on the coaching aspects for the PSG under 19, Genoa, Spezia, Bologna, and from June 2024, he is at Juventus. And Ildiz has leveled it. That is the second goal. Juventus has got it. Damn, Ildiz has scored. Ildiz has scored. I was saying about this player from the Bayern Academy up onto the Juventus Academy at the Alliance. This is the player. This game has been changed single-handedly by Ildiz. Look at his performance. Ildiz is the player which I am a fan from this Juventus team. He has scored 4 goals. He has scored, and Thiago Motta is really doing good job with Juventus. Just look at it. Ildiz got with his left footer. That was Jan Sommer who just couldn't get that hand to it. Ildiz just nailed it. Look at it, how deep, how fast, and how strong he was there with his left foot. Ildiz is definitely a very good player, and he will have a good future unless and until the injuries are going to be concerned. Look at Ildiz. I mean, this player from Turkey, he has so much to do. He is physically strong, 185 centimeters of height. He is the number 10. He plays primarily for the left wings or the striking positions. And yes, in 44 games for Juventus, he has scored 6th. And talking about this game, he has scored 2 goals. So soon he will be having those 10 goals. And the academy which we are talking about, he is from the Bayern under 19 post COVID, and he was then sent to Juventus, and Juventus had then got this player really bought from Bayern. So that is Darmian who has been called. Dumfries is off. No, Dumfries is there. Demarco has been called off the pitch. It's Barella, Mkhitaryan, and Fratesi in the midfield. Whereas the changes is that Thura Mangula and Ildiz playing for Juventus. Can Juventus get that 3 points away from here? From Inter. Inter are playing at their Stadio Guspax Meza. I mean, these names are too hard to pronounce for me. Juventus were 4-2 down. Now they have leveled the scores in the 80th minute and it's 4-all for both the teams. What an epic derby clash is this going on between Juventus and Inter. Both the teams are really doing too good over here. Mkhitaryan, Barella, Barella finds Fratesi, but that is an interception. That is Yildiz moving on to the left wings. Will he get a chance to get that another hat trick and some kind of look at the playmaking of Yildiz? Look at his playing skills. Yildiz is definitely a good player, guys. Just to have a watch of this player, Yildiz. He is really a very good, talented player. The Turkish from the Bayern Academy moving to the Juventus, playing there, and he is the number 10, primarily at the left wings. Definitely do have a watch of this player Ildiz. He is a too good player to talk about. Ildiz again. Just look at his movement. He is so fast. That is Locatelli. Locatelli was going for those right wing movements. Thiago Motta is instructing their players to go bit high on the defensive aspects. That is Lautaro Martinez with that tackle to Locatelli. So Taremi is going to come onto the pitch. Taremi had a good performance at the Euros, and it's Marcus Thuram who is being called. Need of fresh legs for Simone Inzaghi's Inter Milan. Thuram has his job done. He is back to the sidelines. Davik back to Sommer. Sommer goes for that left footer, trying to find Taremi. That is Ildiz again. McKennie. That is Conceição moving towards the right wings. Can he find Ildiz again? No, Darmian has that clearance. He is physically strong. Conceição has been just physically manhandled by Darmian. Locatelli. That was De Ligt who was at the number 4 for Juventus. But yes, things have changed. And here at Juventus, the players are that of Federico Gatti as well as Nicolo Savana, Danielo Cambioso Cabal are there. So some sort of expectations from Thiago Motta in this game. What is in store for this Italian derby clash? Can the Alliance get those 3 points away from Inter? That is an interception from Darmian. Cambiaso is having that tackle, but no, that is a throw. Barella, damn, he had already crossed the line. Cambiaso was on out of the pitch. Dumfries, Jan Sommer clears it. Back to Di Gorgino. Gregorio, I mean, sorry, my mistake. So there is Taremi on the pitch with the likes of Lautaro Martinez. It's already 89 minutes onto the game, and this derby clash between Inter Milan and Juventus, this is really looking too good, guys. 4 goals for both the teams. I mean, if that is going to be the fifth goal, then 9 goals in this Italian derby. Can you just imagine what an equalizer game this was? That is Ildiz with that tackle. He wins it. He is back onto the gameplay. Locatelli again finding Ildiz. Ildiz moving towards the left wings. Will he give that? No, Cambiaso has a touch inside the box, but that was a block. That was Danilo just having that interception against Cambiaso. Ildiz is down to the ground. He is demanding some sign of refereeal interception to it. That was Dumfries who was against Ildiz. Damn, Thiago Motta is complaining to the referee that that tackle from Dumfries needs to be some kind of check to it. Jan Sommer to Danilo. Jan Sommer back. Danilo, will he try to fight Bastoni? No, back to Jan Sommer. Jan Sommer goes for that clearance. Tries to find Teremi. That is Martinez with that ball. Is he going to shoot it? No. That was Locatelli who came to the rescue. So Locatelli doing those number 5, I mean the defensive midfield jobs with the likes of Kalulu. But yes, Federico Getty and Nicolo Savono has to make those jobs too good. The corner, 3 minutes of stoppage time being added. If Juventus are going to get those 1 points, sharing it with Inter Milan, then definitely Thiago Motta is doing too good. Locatelli, Conceição near the ball, but that is a block from Darmian. A tackle from Conceição. Darmian is down to the ground, but no, the referee is quite good about it. Darmian is a strong player, and Conceição has been doing that job too good. Really, what a weekend we had this week. I mean, football had so many ups and downs. The Champions League matches, the Bundesliga epic clashes, the La Liga, El Clasico, the Premier League clash this Sunday, as well as this Italian Serie A derby. I mean, we are tired of football this week, guys. I mean, so much of pain, but yes, we football fans, we love it, and to watch them onto the field as well as on our screens, we really love it. So this derby clash between Inter and Juventus, it's all level drawn with 4 goals each, and what a comeback from Juventus. Inter had those 2 early goals with 1 penalty, and that is Ildiz with these 2 goals. And damn, man, damn. Juventus has got that equalizer, and Thiago Motta must be happy because he has got those equalizer and to share points at the home stadium of Inter at the Stadio Guispos Meza. This is really the alliance has done the black and the fight white against the blues done their job. The city of Metropolitano must be too happy about it. What a week we had, guys. What a week. We will have a compilation of all these videos. I mean, the Premier Leagues. We had a video on the epic El Clasico. We had a video on the Champions League one-on-one with the teams. Do have a watch of those also. And yes, those of you who like this stream, do share it and give us a subscribe. We would definitely want this to be a big one with the Bundesliga clashes as well. So that was all for today, and the results which we had were that of, let me change it, and the results which we had were that of, those were really good moments. Eindhoven getting a win, Leverkusen drawing 2 goals each for Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. In the Bundesliga table, which is standing tall, is that Bayern at the top, Leipzig at the second, Leverkusen and Union Berlin at the third and the fourth positions. Whereas Dortmund had a loss to Augsburg and Leipzig winning against Freiburg. And in the Premier League, Manchester City getting a win, whereas Villa getting that disappointing draw against Bournemouth in the last stoppage time. Everton and Fulham getting that draw. Napoli winning it against Leeds. Antonio Conte has been doing that job in Napoli too good. And for today, Sundays, it was specially, the big one was that Liverpool and Arsenal had a draw at the Emirates. Inter and Juventus also had a draw. So the Premier League epic clashes both ending in the draws, whereas Dynamo and Shakhtar Donetsk also had a draw. Monaco, on the other hand, losing to Nice in the League One. Bayern had a 5-0 thumping victory against Bochum. Lazio winning it against Genoa, West Ham winning it against Manchester United. Sack Eric Ten Hag, man, sack Eric Ten Hag. What is Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos doing it? I literally don't know. I mean, Manchester United fans, they must be really worried of. And that is Crystal Palace winning against Tottenham also. Chelsea win against Newcastle at their home of Stamford Bridge. So that was all about today, guys. We will have a compilation video and with all the exciting news and the updates, the transfer sagas, the match fixtures, the refereeing decisions, what happened, everything. We will have a compiled video tomorrow morning. And yes, do stay tuned to it. And before ending this stream, do give us a like, do share, and do subscribe it, guys. Thank you, guys. Good night. Have a sleep. We are tired. You fans, football fans, must be tired. And yes, that's all for today. Bye bye. Keep going.